Toon Soup in review. I'm your host, Ketsu, this evening. With me, as always, is the great Foundation and Riglock. How's everyone doing? Foundation, how you doing? What's new? What are you watching?
What's new? Okay, so went to the movie last night.
What movie?
My Hero Academia, World Heroes. And that was awesome. We'll probably do a review on that eventually. Really solid movie. It's like an hour and a half, so it was like, yeah, I won't go into it, but it was good. What else did I watch? Obviously I watched Promare, the movie. That's about it. I haven't really been. I've just been working hard on my work and did some more painting and.
I was gonna say, how's the painting going?
Yeah, one second. Oh, I finished this one.
Ooh.
Bring it closer to the camera.
I have.
That looks nice. Yeah, that's good. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's probably my best one yet.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Canvas and.
You should be proud of yourself. It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's the best thing you've ever created.
No.
Not yet.
Friella is the best thing I've ever created. I had a small hand to play in. I had a small hand to play in that. Yeah, tiny hand. More like a fist. Anyway, oh yeah, other than that, Halloween was cool. Handed out some candy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Riggs, how are you, man? What's going on? How was your Halloween weekend? What have you been watching?
I watched Gate again, and I came to the fruition, the discovery that apparently Verve or VRV, whatever you want to call it, no longer is partnered with High Dive.
Oh.
No.
So all the stuff I used to watch on High Dive, they got rid of it, and I'm pretty sure they got rid of it because Crunchyroll got bought by Funimation, and High Dive wants nothing to do with Sony. So I'm pretty sure they just were like, peace.
What is Verve? What did Verve produce?
Verve is a it's like Hulu for anime, right? So it's a product of Crunchyroll. Okay. But it has more than just Crunchyroll. It has
like Crunchyroll's
Cartoon
a hub.
Something.
Cartoon Hangover, another hub.
Cartoon Hangover.
So it's like a streaming
it's like
service
Hulu.
that hubs.
Yeah,
like 5 different licensed producing or licensed.
Rooster Teeth, which isn't really like anime. It's more like podcast. But so they used to have High Dive on there. And they actually apparently used to have Funimation on there as well for a while. But apparently since last month, High Dive was like, nope, we're good. So I was like, well, now what do I do? Because I thought about like going over to Crunchyroll and then having a High Dive account. But that was like, oh, Crunchyroll is $10 a month. High Dive is $10 a month. Or VRV is $10 a month. So I'm not saving any money, and I don't really want to spend more money on another like $5, $8 a month for High Dive. So I was just like, but I watched it on Hulu, so it's like whatever.
Will High Dive still have like what is it that
Well, High Dive is still existent. They're
Yeah.
their own service, so I mean, nothing will change with their service.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because I watch that dungeon
Yeah.
show on there. The Is It Wrong to
Is
Be
it
a
a-
Woman girl? And,
Pick up girls in a dungeon.
pick up girls in a dungeon. God, I wish that were a reality.
Yeah, their content's not going to change. It's just
Okay.
it's just very unfortunate because there's a lot of high dive animes that I watched on Verve, and now I don't have access to
Oh,
them anymore.
okay.
So it's like, oh, this kind of sucks. But I think they also reduced the costs because I was looking, and it does have the same content as Crunchyroll does. So it's like, well, why would I go over to Crunchyroll for a $10 subscription when I'm getting technically more content with like the Rooster Teeth stuff and the other like more American cartoon Saturday morning cartoon types. So it's like, I was like, forget it. I'll just stick with this and lose access to some of my anime until I decide I'm going to bite the bullet and get a high dive account. Maybe I will now that if Funimation and Crunchyroll actually have a combination service, maybe I'll
Well, did you ever watch? Was it called Sword Oratorio or whatever?
yeah, part of
Okay.
it, not all of it, but other than that, I watched Fooly Cooly
Yeah.
just for you,
Nice.
Kensu. Yeah, I mean, I still don't get it. Like, I think I get the premise of it. I just am like, I was just exhausted watching it. Just, like,
Why? What?
like, I feel like it's almost too much. They put in too much effort to be like this existential thing, like trying to use metaphors for everything, and it's just like, can't you just say sometimes what is going on?
No, that's
Like-
that's good writing. Like,
Is it though? Is
Yeah.
it good writing? Because
It sounds contrived to me.
it's just too much. It was just too much for me. I just was like, I can't. I mean, thank God it's only 6 episodes, because I don't think I could make it much further.
Jeez.
It's just not for me, man. This is the
Brutal.
second time I've watched it, and I still.
I guess. Well, Foundation, you can't say shit either. Since you've never seen it, it's so you and that word contrived can go have sex with yourselves. Because it's not. I mean,
But
it's.
I mean,
I don't know, dude. It's
you
good.
know, it's just preferences, man. I just.
I
can't.
guess
It's
It
good,
just,
like-
it hits the checkbox for being like good writing, like good plot, good story. Like it hits all those checkboxes for being like a really amazing animated piece of work. But to each their own.
I mean, I feel like really the
Your
plot
broad
and story
opinions.
really only get into it in like the last 2 episodes. The first ones are just like, it's just random BS that just keeps happening all the time.
But all of it is like an allegory to like puberty and like growing up. Like that's what it's about. Like that's the entire show.
It sounds like something I don't want to watch.
Sounds like something you want to be able to understand.
I
See, y'all
mean,
are
I
fucking
guess
simple. Y'all are simple.
not really. I mean, I got what they were talking about with each episode. It's just I just thought it was not up my alley, man. I just couldn't get behind it.
That's fair.
Some people
Sure.
just don't like.
I followed along. I got it. I just was all right.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
It's kind of like how we give Foundation garbage about that anime he likes. What was it? Vampire Hunter D. How he thinks it's the grace of God.
But I mean, I still think it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's nothing
anyway.
wrong with that.
It
I
is
just,
good.
as I said, I told you I was going to give it a second go,
Yeah,
and I did. I gave her a second go,
yeah.
and I just, my opinion stays.
I haven't
I'm
even given
sorry.
it.
I mean, if it makes you feel
I'm
better,
sorry that you don't like it.
it's okay. There's stuff out there that I watch you don't like. That's cool.
You're right. You're right.
So I don't.
To each their own. I feel
So other than that, I've been keep watching all sorts of new animes. They're not very good though. I mean, I just be
like
real with you.
checking out like the fall winter simulcasts.
Yeah. So like all
see
the
them in here worth salt.
yeah, the fantasy ones, the fantasy, anything that's isekai fantasy genre. I tend to watch them, and I just like they're just not good. So but I guess it's filler till the next seasons of what I am actually looking forward to, like Shield Hero. Hopefully they come out with another season of I Was Resurrected as a Slime.
Yeah.
Kind of the big hitters that I would consider more triple A's in that genre. So,
Right.
but I mean, some of them are all right, and some of them are just like I just watching them. Like I can't even believe I'm watching this right now. Like,
No, Riggs, what have you been up to, Ketsu?
Briggs, were you finished?
yeah. I mean, I just watch a lot of anime, so there's just a lot of anime to talk about.
Right on.
Foundation, it's not my fault. Okay.
Actually, it is your fault.
All right. Fair enough.
I guess in this last week, I haven't really watched much myself. I've been busy. Like I worked and then I went out of town. I went to New York City for like 4 nights.
Jesus.
That was pretty incredible. Spent a bunch of money on food and beverages. Like way too much, like a lot of money.
That's
It's a good time. It's a vacation.
yeah. That's
Right.
Hey, we live for the good
Vacations
times.
are all about.
Yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, with that being, just work into the vacation, I haven't like really watched any anime. But I did download Shonen Jump's app so I can read manga on my phone on the go. So like every time I was on the subway and had time to kill or whatever, like just hanging out on my couch and I don't want to watch something, I've been reading Chainsaw Man, the manga.
A preview to that before the anime comes out?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and it's really good. It's really fun. So I'm excited about the release of the Chainsaw Man, which I don't think any of us know when it's supposed to happen.
Any teasers? Any teasers you want to throw out there?
No, I can't. I won't do it. But if you want to read the manga, you can download Shonen Jump's app, and it's like $2 a month to have unlimited access to all of their content. So
they're all manga slash story. Oh my god! All I want to see is light novel, picture novels, picture image.
Yeah. No, so like a graphic novel?
Graphic novel. That was
No, it's they don't really have anything like they exclusively just have like manga.
Oh, okay.
So it's all like drawn manga, but it's cool. Like they've got like One Piece and Hunter x Hunter and stuff, and I was gonna start reading Hunter x Hunter to compare what's different between the anime and the manga because I've never read the manga and only seen the show.
Sure.
And love that show, but as everyone says, like when you read the manga, you're gonna get way more content or way more out of what the story is than if you watched the anime. But I don't know, man. I think anime is cooler than manga because you actually are like watching art.
Yeah.
I think it's special.
I'd also say that's not necessarily true either, because there's mangas out there that are anime adaptations, so it's literally just the anime in manga form.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not more content, so I would say that's not. To people who say that, I would be like, well, that's not always the case.
Right.
In fact, I'm reading one right now, that the Legend of the Shield Hero.
Oh
they
yeah,
they have a light novel series, the anime, and then they have a manga that is an anime adaptation. So it's literally just
the anime put into blocks on a page. Yeah.
So
interesting. But yeah, that's kind of it. I haven't been watching much. I mean, I watched Promare for our review.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of it. So I mean, as a segue, without further ado, let's talk about this movie Promare.
Do it.
So let me. I should have had this. Pull up a synopsis here. So, 30 years has passed since the appearance of the Burnish, a race of flame-wielding mutant beings who destroyed half of the world with fire. When a new group of aggressive mutants appear, a battle begins. So I watched this on HBO Max, and what was interesting is that it was only available to watch in the dub version. I was kind of expecting to be able to watch it subbed,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't get to, but I was okay
Do
with
they
watching
have a
the
sub
dub.
version?
Not on HBO Max. I assume that
I
they.
meant just.
Oh, in general, I don't know. Maybe. I don't see why they wouldn't. Unless they didn't like do a sub and then they just like release this as like a direct release, this like a simulcast release of an English and Japanese version. But I thought it was cool. A lot of familiar voice actors in the English dub, so I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with this because I can kind of like pick out every one of these people in other dubbed work that they've done. Like that one character, what was her name? Like Lucia, she's like the mechanic of the firefighters. Is voiced by the same person who does like Haru Haruko in Fooly Cooly.
Mhm.
So connection there. But yeah, I thought it was all right. Like honestly, I was expecting more. Like the story was very straightforward and digestible, easy. But this movie was definitely like Studio Trigger just flexing nuts on like how crazy they can go with their animation mediums and like blending 3D and 2D and just having really gnarly fight scenes. Like visually, the movie is stunning. Like it looks really cool. It's really fun to watch. The coloring is really nice. The character design is cool and fun. Like everything looks really good, but that's kind of felt like a hollow shell. Like the shell was just the animation, and then all the tropes were the same. It's, the storyline is something that's been done before. Like the Burnish people are these people, but they're being mistreated and misguided, and people are being misled by like some dystopic kind of Tatalian figure.
Yeah,
same
typical.
old thing. It's actually honestly like almost every storyline of like what Studio Trigger's done for even their anime. It's like, oh, you're just doing the same thing you always do. Like they have a formula that they're following.
Yeah,
Ooh.
kind of like a Bob Ross painting.
Foundation, what do you think about this movie, dude?
There wasn't really a whole lot that I liked about it. The animation was like really. It was cool in a way, but like I just felt that it was like the colors were almost too vibrant. Like they kind of were like super neon. I mean the whole like how the fight scenes, how those went. Yeah, those were kind of cool, but like nothing really that was like. It was almost at some point, like in the first like 10 minutes, they had that fight scene, and like they were moving so fast that it was like not really enjoyable for me to watch. Let me think. But the colors were so vibrant. I was just like, that's their style though, because I watched BNA and I enjoyed BNA, and it's not like I don't enjoy that animation style. I thought the blue haired guy, like, I get it, anime hair is like supposed to be like really edgy and like, but like his hair was like beyond edgy. It was something else entirely. The characters, there wasn't a whole lot of like, it was kind of like how you guys said with Vampire Hunter D. They just kind of throw you into this whole story. They don't really give you any background on the characters. They give you a background on the world state as a whole, kind of like they did with like Nausicaa. It was kind of like that, I felt, in the way that they kind of told the story of what the hell happened. And
Yeah, it was a hard world build.
yeah. The technology with the ice guns, I thought was kind of cool. I've never seen ice guns besides like, from Batman animated series.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. God. I know that's not anime, but like that almost deserves like its own.
It was good.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
It's a good villain.
So anyway, it kept my attention because it was like, oh, I wonder what's happening next, and like I kind of knew that there was a little bit something more to these Burnish characters than them just being a bunch of like fiery terrorist people. I thought even though that they explained, why they needed to burn things, it didn't really, it kind of clashed with their own characters in a way, because like they're like, oh, we don't hurt people with our flames, we just want to burn shit down. But like, I mean, you're burning a freaking skyscraper down. I mean, you're telling me that's not gonna hurt some people? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I thought that was a what's the word? A clash, sort of an incongruity with whatever the hell, whatever light they were trying to paint upon these.
Contradiction.
Thank you.
I was gonna say or hypocritical, but yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
hypocritical. Contradiction would probably be more.
Yeah, contradiction. Thank you. What else? Music was exciting, but like wasn't like, oh god, like I'm like Batman symphony orchestra type stuff. It was just like it went along with the action. That was cool.
Yeah, like it was just like electronic music that was composed almost specifically to like enhance like the fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I was really thrown off by how the Promare sort of energy that some of the people were imbued with gave them the ability to sort of manifest armor around themselves, which threw me the hell off. I was like, how do you...
I also was kind of like, yeah, they don't really explain why the Burnish can like make armor on themselves, but like I feel like I was just like, oh, as a spoilers, when I learned that the flames are actually just aliens using these people as hosts,
yeah,
I was like, maybe it makes sense that they can manifest the armor because it's just like aliens are taking light or air particles.
I mean, energy and matter
them.
kind of like are the same thing, but maybe through some weird physics that they're able to do, they could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like continuity erroring where I was just like, wait, what the hell is going on? But I was at the same time too distracted because some of the animation sequencing looked so cool. I like didn't have time to process my question, like how the hell is this even possible in the story and why isn't it being explained?
Yeah, there was some funny parts though where like right at the beginning, like sort of the head like chief guy, he said not really funny things, but like the dude would say just absolutely stupid crap. Like, oh, you hit me because I was in the middle of a pose or something. And then like the chief is like, who the hell poses while they're firefighting? Like, what the fuck? That was funny. I chuckled at that part. But yeah, it was like, it was entertaining for the time that it was allotted.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, oh my god, everybody needs to watch this because it's gonna change your life and change how you feel.
It's weird. I was really stoked to watch it because the like the trailer puts a lot of like the animation scenes, like makes it look really cool, and then I watched it and I was like, this is good, but it's definitely not kind of what I was expecting.
What I wonder is like,
I kind of like expected more.
What I wonder is like, if these animation studios are gonna make a movie, why the hell are you gonna make a movie like that? Like,
I don't know. It did get like, I mean, this is our opinion, like the two of us. Like, well, let's talk with Riggs here. What does Riggs think? Because this movie did get some like critical reception. Like people really liked it. Yeah, it's got like an 8 out of 10 on my anime list, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, Riggs, take it away. What do you think, brother?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I liked
it.
I mean,
yeah.
One, main characters, because you brought up voice characters, right? So voice actors. Main character, Naofumi from The Legend of the Shield Hero. Okay? Win number one. I was like, hell yeah, get behind that dude. Second, the bad guy, not really the bad guy, he was, it turns out, but his partner, Leo. He is voiced by, I don't know if you guys ever watched Blue Exorcist, but by the devil's brother.
I was also looking
He's
up
the
that
nerdy
voice.
guy. I was like, oh my god. I was like, and to me, these characters were just like, so like, it was like, yeah, like I like this. And so I was instantly could recognize voices of voice actors. So I was like, this is really cool. These are people I've seen. I really get behind their work and enjoy their work.
The chief firefighter is Steve Bloom, who's like
the
dude of Toonami, like the most prolific anime English dub voice actor in the scene.
Billy Bob Thompson is Remy, who's the vice captain. So beyond that, I like those little like comedic things. This struck a chord with me, and I think the reason why, it screams Fire Force. Screams Fire
Force. God, I thought the same thing. I was like,
damn, I gotta watch Fire Force again. Like, I gotta watch that show again because the protagonists act exactly the same.
Yeah,
I mean, the protagonist in Fire Force makes those same ridiculous statements and comments while he's fighting, and it is so outlandish. It's just like, I was like, oh my god, this is great. This is great. Like, it was like it's Fire Force, but with like totally different graphics. Like, they're a fire thing. They got this chief guy that's like super muscular and doesn't really have any powers beyond that. And they got a vice chief that is just doesn't take no shit from everyone's just straight like legit job. And they got the love interest for the main character, the protagonist, and like I thought the fighting scenes were action started right away. Boom, jump into a fight. And they're going back and forth. Not one side is more powerful than the other. It was all pretty good. And then, it has that conspiracy depth. And yes, obviously it's a trope that's been done before. But you're going to get to a certain point where you've seen it all. I mean, I called the ending of Demon Train, or Demon Slayer, Mugen Train. I called the ending of that 10 minutes into the movie. I was like, okay, I already know how this is gonna end. Yeah,
this dude's gonna die.
It was so
someone's dying in this movie, and it ain't the 3 kids.
Yeah, right. It's not the other 3 main characters. It's this new character that they've just thrown in, and that they've made you really enjoy. Yeah. I was like, so it's just like yeah. Seen it a billion times, right? Like, yeah, okay. And then he's used. I thought it was interesting though that they're using the Promare to power the ship, right? So there's and that the guy was a Promare, that was kind of twisty. I didn't necessarily see that, but like once you kind of start seeing these signs that he was kind of like crazy, it was like, I bet he burned their house down. You know what I mean? Like there were signs where you could kind of lead into that. But if you're not a huge anime fan, where you're watching anime as 5 hours a day, like some people, it's it's going to be nuanced and new to you. So not necessarily focusing on the repetitive tropes that there are. You do enjoy the characters, right? You fall in love with the characters in some sort. You enjoy their company. You enjoy the story with them. The main character has parts where he falters and he picks himself up, and he someone kind of lifts him back up and gets him to that back into the fighting spirit. And then he's just still super obnoxious, and he's like, I just can't get into this fight. This robot aesthetic is terrible.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's like,
I was like, are you serious? He's like, all right, let me try to do something for you.
Yeah. So he gives him like this cool like knight outfit. And then he's like, yeah, really cool I could get behind this. Yeah. And then what was this? He was like running down the road. I thought one of the funniest scenes was he busts out of jail, and he's running down the road, and he catches up to the fire police chief guy, and he's like, I'm just running. He's like, I'm running. My heart's on fire. My soul's on fire. And the police officer looks at him. He's like, kind of like your ass. And he like turns around, and it's not that he's running so fast. It's his ass is literally, his pants are on fire, and he's just running, and he didn't even notice. It was just like, I was like, holy shit, that's funny. Like,
I must have missed that part.
He's just running down the highway at breakneck speed, and his ass is on fire, and he didn't even know, because he just thought his soul was on fire to fight fire. It's just like, dude, you're an idiot. And like then he like totally accepts it. He's like, yeah, I am the dumbest firefighter in the universe. Like, he's like, yep, I own it.
Yeah, he's owning, like, and that's another trope, like the kind of like the himbo protagonist, where he's like, yeah, I'm stupid, but like I have courage and heart, which is like, it's charming. It's been done before, and it'll be done again, but it was a heartwarming character and a good role.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's kind of why I liked it. I was just like, it's not, you're not going to have an epiphany watching it, for sure.
Right.
It's no, let's be real here, it's no Princess Mononoke.
Nothing is going to be Princess Mononoke
ever.
For you, ever. We'll see.
Not even if they make a sequel. It's just,
only time
I hope
will
they
tell
never make a sequel.
Someone makes a movie that you're like, oh my, this is the holy grail of anime films. But right now,
Overlord might be able to do it if they ever made
that's
an
not fair.
authentic
That's
movie.
Bias. That's
I'm
bias.
just saying. Well, I'm just saying. That's why. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Potentially, I could say that about that if they actually made a real movie rather than these series gone movies. I love the art style. The music sound was really good, as I said. So I just think they had a lot of things going. They just, you can tell it's a more recent anime film by the choices they made, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Good voice actors that can get behind the roles and put emotion into them. Art style and sound, everything kind of clicks together and works. I think I guess I don't watch a lot of Studio Trigger stuff. So, yeah. But I mean, I've liked what I've seen, and I guess I'm just not oversaturated with that, right? So, I guess, to your point, if you're a huge Studio Trigger fan, I guess, maybe you're not gonna really see anything there,
right? But even your opinions kind of put me back in the middle of the fence, like teetering back and forth whether I disliked or liked it, because I mean, there was a lot of visual sequences and like certain scenes where I was like, oh fuck, this is really cool. And then there was just a lot of stuff where I'm just like, what? What's going on, Trigger? And I'm like a huge Studio Trigger fan. Like I've loved all the series they've ever put out. So like when I watched this, like I expected a lot, and it felt like it didn't deliver. But maybe I need to give it a second watch for it to really sink in.
I know how distracted you are when watching dubs. So,
yeah,
because you
that happens. That
So-
can happen too, because it's like, oh, it's in English. I can just play on my phone or something, and like while it's in the background, which I did my best not to do that. There was like, I don't know, I answered like a text or two, but I was like, I tried to watch this like full focused, and honestly, maybe I would have liked it more if I watched it subbed. So maybe if I could try to find a sub version,
rent
of
it.
give it another try.
Yeah, you gotta rent it on Amazon. Yeah, they don't have anywhere free you can watch it, but
Oh man, yeah, well, it's just weird that they don't have the subtitled original sound on HBO Max. That's wild to me. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of puts me back in the middle of the fence. I don't know how to feel. Anyone else have any other words about this movie?
I said what I had to say. I know I'm just enthusiastic.
And
Maybe my enthusiasm for it helped you.
It was very elegantly put, Riggs. That was a good review. Good review, dude.
Yeah.
Foundation, any final or closing statements on this film and how you feel about it?
Why don't you rate it too?
Yeah, why don't you give us your final words and then give us how many bowls of soup you give this movie.
I'm going to get. You guys are gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna give this movie a 2.
Okay. But we're still out of 5, right? Or did we go out of 10? Remember, we kind of got into it last time because we didn't want to do halves.
Yeah,
but
whatever. Then Foundation.
Are we doing halves?
Foundation was like, you can do a half a bowl soup.
Okay, we're doing halves. All right.
So we can do halves. Well, so we can keep it at 5.
Okay. 2 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5, and it's not because like it wasn't mildly entertaining. The animation was there. Storyline was trash. The music was just, run of the mill electronic music. It wasn't like anything to write home about. The characters, didn't really have much. I couldn't really get involved with any characters.
That's one thing I wish they did, is kind of develop them a bit more, because they all got introduced like it was so big, and then you never really meet or get to know them very well.
Yeah, and I just didn't really appreciate the parallel reality or parallel dimension alien thing spin. It was just it's a 2, honestly. I thought Blom was better.
Okay.
That's saying something.
That
is saying something. Riggs.
But I think they both had issues in character development.
Yeah. Riggs, what do you think? Any final words and bowls? How many bowls of soup?
I don't have any final words, but I'm giving it a 4. I liked it. I liked it, and I mean, I'm coming from someone I've never seen it before, and I haven't seen a whole lot of Studio Trigger, so I didn't know what I was coming into. I think they did a really good job as a production, and as a reviewer of the production of the film. I think they knocked it out of the park. It was very well done, and as a viewer, I was entertained the whole time. And as I said, I got huge vibes from other things, and I think that I also really enjoy. So I think that really what helped.
Yeah,
It kept me being like, oh my god, like this is like Fire Force, man. I gotta watch this other show now.
I haven't watched Fire Force because did it get canceled or something?
Hell no, it didn't get canceled.
No, it didn't get canceled. No, it's like people are in love with that show.
Oh, because like I
Oh,
only saw
shit.
there was like 10 episodes in like they were made
Oh.
in like 2018.
No, there's 2 full seasons. There's like
I want to say each season is like 20 episodes.
Oh, I will
Yeah.
give that a watch.
There is a
That's actually
ton.
something I've been wanting to watch.
I
in the
love
middle
it.
Of, I'm in like the
I
middle
love-
of season 2, and it's a really good show. Like I should
Yeah.
get back into it and finish it.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
another
great.
one I got.
I think you'll like it.
I'm the same as you, Cassie. I never finished season 2, but man, I just remember season 1.
I like
I was
season 1. It
behind
was
it.
good. I
I
was
was
like, damn,
behind
this is good.
Yeah,
Um.
I love it. He always
And-
makes up nicknames for himself. Oh, it's so
Oh
great.
yeah.
That's so good.
All right. So 4 bowls of soup.
I'm
for
giving it
this.
4.
4 bowls of soup. Man. I probably need to watch this movie again, but I would give this 3.5 bowls of soup off bat. Because I mean, I really love the I mean, I love the production. Yeah, like you said, everything you're saying, I agree with, Riggs. And then, but at the same time, you know, what a lot of what Foundation's saying, I'm also like, so yeah, like I'm on the seesaw about it. But I love the animation studio. I thought the production and soundtracking was really nice. Like the English voice cast was really well put together. So like at least 3.5. If I watch it again, I want to watch it subbed, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is really cool. It probably would almost be a 4, but as of now, 3.5 bowls of soup. Promare.
Oh yeah, and then the
I thought it
title.
was-
The title. What the
Promare.
getting started? Like,
What's wrong with the
the
title?
hell is? What does that even mean, Promare?
Promare is the
Yeah,
fire
the entities,
beings
the fire
that
entities.
came from an
fire
alternate
demons.
universe.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
not demons.
They're demons.
They're just fire beings.
They're
I don't
goddamn
know.
fire demons, Jeff.
All right, whatever you want to call them. Oh, I mean, they're not really demonic.
They're the Promare. They live in
They're just-
Promopolis.
In the center of the world. I'm just saying, man. I'm being harsh.
I
Real
am harsh. I'm a harsh critic.
That's right.
But
I'm honestly surprised. After listening to you two, I was so surprised. I was like, how is it that I'm the only one who liked this? Like, I felt like
I was fancy.
no matter what we watched, I was like, I feel like I'm either gonna agree with Foundation or Ketsu. Like I feel like I never thought I'd be the odd one out. on
No,
the anime.
well, see, I mean,
Never.
I kind of feel like the odd one out because you have a positive opinion about it. Foundation's got a negative, and I'm like, I don't even know if I exist.
Yeah, but at first you were closer to Foundation's.
Yeah, and then
view,
you started
right?
talking.
That's
and
why.
I'm like,
Then I
oh
was
shit,
like,
these are all very valid
Like,
points, and
I
I'm like,
love-
okay, I'm right back in the middle of
I
this.
love
It's like,
I love
oh.
it. So I just, as I said, I was really thrown off when you two were talking. I was like, man, I can't believe I'm the only one who like outright was like, yeah, I had a good time.
There's so much where I said, like, you know, like the animation scenes where I'm like, fuck, that's cool. Like specifically, I remember like when Leo, you know, busts out of his hand chains when he's first taken to jail with his 2 cronies.
Yeah.
And then he like goes down a hall and like a big truck comes rolling down and pushing like people to the side.
Yeah,
He's like,
running
oh, this
over.
is so annoying. And he like starts sprinting and like the animation gets all crazy and then he just like slides underneath it. I'm like, whoa, that looks really
That was a
fucking
cool sequence. It
Yeah.
was.
So like a lot of the animation, I was just like, oh my god, that looked beautiful. Like the animation was on point. But then there was just like other things where I was just like, wait, what?
I mean,
I
I
don't know.
like
and
that.
maybe
And I
the
think
English
I
dubs.
like
I'm
that
not a
stupid
dub
humor.
guy, dude. I can't
Yeah.
do dub stuff. So like, I need
And
to watch this subbed, and I'll probably be like, wow, this was actually an amazing film. And you know, having that, you know, the Japanese voice and like flair and accent, like, is gonna bring me into what it really was or should have been.
Yeah,
know?
I just am like way behind the like just the funny little comic things that they throw in there. I just like it got me every time.
Yeah.
Like when
I
he's like gets
appreciate
smashed down
comic-
into the building and he like sends the alarm thing up, the little robot, and the guy's like waiting for him to come up because he hears it, and it like comes up and it's just like a little tiny robot, and he's like, "Ha, got you, sucker!" And then he comes out of the building to the left of him. It's just like I was just like, yeah, that's just funny.
And I really appreciate like comic relief in movies, like in anime films like that too, especially when it's like a serious, or like when the plot is like, you know, about dictatorship and you know, like sacrificing, you know, one for the other kind of, you know, trope.
I guess I just watch a lot
like,
of animes that don't have that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like when I do, it's
yeah,
like,
me too.
yeah, I could be on that. It's funny.
Well, when I watch things in like Japanese, like their sense of humor is so different than ours in America that like certain things don't translate really well when you have to like write a dub like voiceover and like script. So I feel like a lot of like English dub comic relief like doesn't connect or like with me as well as like the Japanese humor would. Or it's like they just make it kind of like corny. I'm just like, I'm not into that kind of comic relief where it's. But
I feel like that's like the Demon Slayer comic relief, like the comic relief in Demon Slayer, that lightning breather. I think he's kind of like that, and it's just kind of like sometimes it's just like, man, I don't get it.
Sometimes
I know that's
it's
supposed to be funny, but I don't get it. Like,
yeah. Like especially like with how like neurotic and like anxious he always is. I'm just like, that's so annoying.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that was a good pick, Ketsu. It was real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited that I watched it. I will give it some time, and I'll probably, you know, revisit it with a sub, and maybe it'll bring me a little closer to it. You know, but yeah, I certainly don't regret watching this at all. Like I was more on like the positive side. Like there wasn't a point where I'm like I dreaded the idea or like hated watching it. So, but yeah,
I turned it off halfway through and then picked it up later on.
Okay, then I can't.
This fucking guy, I can't work with this.
Like 20 minutes into it, I'm just like, oh god, I can't handle this right now.
That's how I feel about it.
What's going on in your life that you know?
You just can't have a little joy, huh?
No, it was just like,
what's wrong?
It was just like,
who hurt you?
Tune soup.
Who hurt
the foundation? Who hurt you? Yeah. Who? Are you okay?
Hello.
Yeah. It was yeah. I don't know. 3.5 bowls of soup for me. Fuck.
I think so. Next week, foundation. Write this down.
Is this your week, Riggs?
Yes.
This coming week?
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna make
The
me
Boy and the Beast.
Oh yeah. Forgot that we're doing this one.
The Boy and the Beast.
The Boy and the Beast.
It's my shit.
Okay.
I've seen it once when it first dropped on Netflix, so I'm excited to see it again. But yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Write it down. I know you got a Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
So
your mom lets me use hers.
Watch it. She uses mine, so trust me, she ain't letting you use hers. And she doesn't even know my screen name or password, so you ain't using
Nice
it.
try, buddy.
There's plenty of holes in this plot.
Funny.
And you ain't filling any of them.
As we were talking there, I had this memory of this anime that I watched a long time ago. It was like these motorcycle racers that get drafted into a military situation, and this is probably no, it was a movie. But I'm just trying to like figure out what that movie was, because it was I don't know if it was even good. It was like I watched a long time ago. I don't know. Venus Wars, maybe?
What?
I don't know.
Look it
I
up,
don't
and you can pick it as
think.
the next one.
Well, no, I've already decided when it's my week, we're gonna watch the Galaxy Express.
Oh, that's right, Galaxy Express. Yeah, we're real excited about that one.
Oh my god.
I can hear the enthusiasm in your voice.
Yeah, I can't wait to bear witness to that.
I'm sure I'll watch the first 20 minutes of it.
How dare you? I watched the entire movie.
I'm just giving it the same respect you just gave Promare. Okay, watch
I
the first
watched
20 minutes
the
and then turn
entire
it off.
Promare movie. I
What was
just
that?
couldn't do it
What
all.
movie that? What's the movie he didn't? Oh, Wicked City. Remember when you would just come on stream and you didn't watch the movie at all? Like, it sat here like a jackass.
Yes.
I really think you need to be watching this and then give us a report.
Okay.
Yeah, watch
We'll
your
quiz
movie
you.
and watch. Yeah, sure. And then watch your movie first, and then tell me if it's worth watching. Because then I'm just gonna sit here and take the freebie route. Because that movie looks like shit.
It does actually not look very good.
It doesn't look good at all.
Hopefully the plot is. I mean, it is a movie that's what 40 years old. So.
Yeah, 1979.
Listen,
I'll-
you have to respect where anime came from.
I do respect.
anime.
I
Fair.
will give it its respect. I'm just saying it is not going to age well.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
it is not a fine wine.
No.
Okay,
Trying to think of a
like-
mom joke.
this is like the Queen of England aging. Queen of England is not aging well. Okay.
Right? Jesus. Didn't the Prince dude just like recently die?
No.
That old guy? Didn't he just like die recently?
Her son?
Oh,
No.
Prince Charles?
No, like her husband.
Yeah,
No.
I thought he did.
Yeah,
No?
he
I
died
don't
like
know.
pretty recently.
Oh Jesus!
He looks like a skeleton. He looks like a ghoul from Fallout 3.
That's what happens.
What's the matter, smooth skin? You never seen a ghoul before?
Good times. Well,
times.
send us out of here, Ketsu.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to, was it episode 20
Yeah.
of Toon Soup in Review with Promare from 2019. This is a sign off from Ketsu, myself, the Foundation, and Riglock. Thanks so much for watching, and tune in next week. We're going to be talking about The Boy and the Beast. We'll see you then.